Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement and a very special edition of My Mom's Basement. That's a little bit of nerd news, a little bit of announcement focus, a little bit of Return of the Jedi with Dana Beers. We were on the journey with him for A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. He just watched Return of the Jedi for the first time. We've got him on. We've got Klemmer on. It's a stacked episode, Clem.
Very special. Very special guests.
Very special. Yeah.
Dana, there's one word I could use to describe our boy Dana Beers. It's special. I don't think it's the first or last time he'll be described as special.
And Klemmer, not Clem, if you don't know, we also work with a guy named Klemmer, will be joining the program in just a few minutes to announce a new show coming to the My Mom's Basement channel in 2026. Very exciting times in the basement right now. We just had 10,000 views on our last episode, Clem, and we're keeping the momentum going.
The five-digit club right off of the new year. Not to brag, if you look at the analytics, My Mom's Basement this year has more views on YouTube than Part of My Take, Spittin' Chicklets, and the Ryan Russillo Show combined. My Mom's Basement lights have never been brighter on here on YouTube.
Yeah, shout out everyone who watched and is subscribed actively and is planning on subscribing after listening to us here. We're going to try to keep it going. I've got lofty goals for this year. I wrote them down, Clem. I want 20 million views on YouTube this year. In 2024, we did 10.4 million. I think we could almost double that and get to 20 million. I'd like to hit 75,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Currently, we have 59,000. I'd like to hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. We're at 58,000. And you know what I want? I want some sponsors that want us for us. That's what I wrote. I said, not just we're here to sponsor Barstool and all of their shows. I'd like some comic book sponsors. I'd like some basement focus sponsors that can show why we're keeping the lights on. That can show we can provide some money to Barstool as well.
So like it's instead of when they feed all the different podcasts, that aren't Part of My Takes, like they basically just get the little seed that they throw at the chickens. Like we're going to get food actually poured into our bowl specifically for us.
I think, yes. I think that's the way to achieve, success here at Barstool, where it's like, we'd like to see you guys go out and get people that are specifically interested in your show. I think we're going to find them this year, Clem. I feel it. I believe.
At this time next year, I want to go into Portnoy's office or via text message that he doesn't answer for 4 months and be like, Dave, I want you to quadruple my salary because of the numbers.
No, I don't even want that.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't even want a text message. I had a text message, Dave, my contract just went up. Just want to let you know whenever you have a moment. And 3 months later, he said, hey, Clem, and we discussed it there. 2 sentences, done. I'll take that for the rest of my life as long as that contract gets signed by the money man.
Absolutely. So shout out again, everyone that listened to the last episode. I have an interview with CM Punk that's currently on the channel. It's doing well. And if you're not into wrestling, it's not really a wrestling focused CM Punk interview. We talk about his new horror movie, which features Dermot Mulroney and Justin Long and a bunch of people who you might recognize. It's a cool vampire cop movie. Really cool stuff. We talk horror movies the whole time. So check that out and make sure you're subscribed. I've got an interview with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins dropping on January 20th. The day that the new season of WWE Unreal premieres, which I got to see. Very good stuff. I think people will love it. And the interview itself, even better than the season. You're going to love that.
Dude, you hit me up and was like, oh, I got to check out the new Unreal. It's really good. And I'm like, wait, they're doing another one and it's this quick? And I got to tell you, I'm jazzed up, Bob. I'm jazzed up. It got me fired up. I still haven't dove back into wrestling as a whole, but like I told you, it had me listen to all these podcasts about stuff that happened 20, 25 years ago when I did watch. So give me some more. Get me into the graps, right? Is that what we call it?
The graps, exactly. Yeah.
Get me to the graps. What does CM stand for in CM Punk?
So it has stood for many different things. There's no real clear answer. He made the name when he was really young. And I think when he was super young as a teenager, backyard wrestler, it probably stood for Chick Magnet, which is kind of funny. At this point, the most commonly used CM abbreviation is Chicago Made, like Chicago Made Punk. I think it's kind of cool, badass. People always bring signs with it. CM Punk, Chicago Made Punk. I think it's cool. And he actually had a lot of thoughts on the Stranger Things finale as well. We get into that during the interview.
Oh, if he either loves it or hates it or has a conformity gate take, tweet that motherfucker out. Bob.
Oh, I did. It's going off. It's going off.
Oh, yes.
Everywhere.
I did not see it.
That was the first clip that I made. It instantly did 10,000 favorites on Twitter. And at this point, Twitter, that's as Mincy would say, I'm mega viral, baby.
Can we just talk about Mincy real quick? I'll tell you, man.
Mincy is, I don't know how many people listen to The Basement that don't know Barstool stuff, but our coworker Mincy, my former Big Screamin' Hawkers teammate, is on a journey to the Fiesta Bowl that is worthy of like a road trip comedy, honestly.
It is. And it's like, if you're watching him from home or as a coworker, I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad about Mincy, sad about Mincy. I don't even know the emotions I'm supposed to happy for Mincy because he's a nice guy. It's just, he makes you feel. I don't know. He's a wrestler that I don't even know if he's a heel or a face. I don't know what he is. He's just an agent of chaos is what he is.
He's honestly Mincy Supreme. If you've seen Marty Supreme, yes. We're currently watching a Mince version of that movie where he will do whatever it takes to get to it is the Fiesta Bowl, right? I have that right.
It's in Arizona. So yeah, it's Fiesta Bowl. Yep.
He's treating that like it's finals in Japan. It's whoever I have to screw over to get there, whoever I have to. People are saying grift. Is he grifting Riggsy boy? I don't know, but it is a hell of a journey to follow along with. Tate is doing a very good job documenting it. Yes.
yes, for sure.
All right, let's get into this segment with Klemmer, and on the other side, we'll be back with Dana Beers. All right, welcome back to My Mom's Basement. You've heard of Dumb and Dumber, but you've never seen Clem and Klemmer. First time ever in the basement. Clem and Klemmer, not Clem, Klemmer with a K, is here to announce a new project that will be coming to the My Mom's Basement channel in 2026. The first episode will actually air next Thursday. I believe it's January 15th. The project is Super Critics. Klemmer, you want to tell the audience a little bit about Super Critics, especially being it was your idea?
Oh, kind of. We did it together.
It was a collaborative idea, but you came to me with it, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do a project with you for a while. I was trying to think of the best thing to do, and I was like, superhero movies. So you ranked all your Marvel movies. I was like, I like to look at your rankings. I thought it was interesting, and we both love comics. I'm more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy. You're more. What do you say you are more? Would you say at this point?
DC Comics, Marvel movies.
Okay.
I kind of feel like. I mean, my favorite is of course like the Dark Knight and Batman and all that kind of stuff. But as a whole, I think I'm more of an MCU guy at this point. Yeah.
So in the office, we talk a lot about comic book movies, comic books, and I was like, why don't we just rank every superhero movie ever? And we'll start at the top. So 1966 Batman, and we'll just keep going. We'll go through the Tim Burton Batmans. We'll go through the Christopher Reeve Supermans. We'll go into the beginning of Marvel and just keep going. And some of these movies I haven't seen. Most of the movies I feel like I have, but I'm sure there's a lot I haven't. And
there's a lot I haven't. Just putting together the list that we've been putting together, which is also going to cause controversy right away because I'm going to say we're ranking almost all superhero and comic book movies. There's a lot of weird technicality ones that we feel just don't fit the spirit of what we're doing here. So like Road to Perdition is it like a DC graphic novel, and like Richie Rich is based on a comic character, and A History of Violence and Men in Black. Even there are certain ones that just I feel don't fit this criteria. So if it's controversial, we'll let people vote on it. We'll have it talked through. I said we could send movies to the Phantom Zone where we say, all right, we acknowledge that's from a comic book, but we're not fucking recapping, Swamp Thing Returns or something like that when we get to it. But on the other side, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We will do the original Swamp Thing, of course. And on the other side, there are movies like The Rocketeer or
Spawn. Does Spawn count?
Spawn counts.
Spawn counts. Like Rocketeer has
Dick
no
Tracy.
real IP. But we'll do that. It's a superhero movie. So like we'll lean more on the superhero side of things. I think it's fair. If we do Road to Perdition, that might be like my number one overall. But that's not a superhero movie. That's kind of what we're doing. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. Now, we gotta have people vote on certain movies if we have a real like argument, like which one should we do this or not? Like have people vote if they want to have us talk about it or not. I think it'd be fun and do one a week and then have it be a kind of like Siskel and Ebert type show where we're being critical. We'll talk a little behind the scenes stuff. If we, a little bit of history of the movie. And I don't know, what do you think? Like 15, 30 minutes each episode?
I was going to say, shorter episodes. Don't picture, a long sprawling podcast or anything like that. We're going to try to keep it tight, keep it snappy, keep it fun. I think it will be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of great movies, a lot of things that give people nostalgia and make them want to rewatch things. A lot of movies, maybe like Swamp Thing or Flash Gordon, I've never seen. That's on the list. But maybe people will want to go back and watch it for the first time. Or maybe we'll recap Superman 4 and people will be like, I can't believe how bad this is. It's so bad. It's good. And, we'll be able to show some clips from it. Hopefully we're going to talk to legal, make sure that's all okay. But it should be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun project and a fun little side show that the channel now has weekly.
I think so too. I think it's going to be fun just like kind of going through these movies, ranking them too. Like, all right, Superman 4. I've seen it. It's terrible. But is that worse? Is that worse than Supergirl? Is that worse than like some other ones we've seen? Or so I'm very interested in kind of how that list shakes out and kind of what we end up having for like a top 5 or a top 10 or what have you. And I don't know. I'm pretty excited also to go through all the Marvel movies. There's some I haven't seen, and then also to go through them with you, who is such a fan. Like I'm kind of excited, A, to argue with you about them, and then B, also like kind of like let me into that world a little bit, where the Marvel world I don't have a ton of knowledge about.
We'll get to that in like 2027 though, so don't get ahead of yourself. There's a lot of superhero movies before we get to the MCU. This is
going to be quite a project. We are doing, I will say, we are doing Howard the Duck.
Yes.
I said Howard the Duck. I said he's in Guardians. He shows up in the final battle in Endgame. I actually haven't seen the full movie. I've seen clips from it over the years. I feel like every documentary about George Lucas at some point will show you a clip and be like, here's where he went wrong. Like I'll see that. And like, I think that'll be really fun to recap. And hopefully we'll get some guests. We're going to try to do it all like in person. I think it'd be fun to get guests from the office. And also if it takes off, it'd be fun to get, a guest from the outside. I had CM Punk in the office this week and we talked about random obscure horror movies. What if he liked, superhero Blade 2 and wanted to talk about that for some reason? I think it could be, a fun platform for them to come on and talk about things they never talk about as well. Clem, we'll have to get you on to talk about whatever superhero movie we talk about when you're in the office.
Yeah, I'll have to take a bookmark and be like, all right, this one, like Howard the Duck, I will make sure I am out of New York State that day. So I hated that movie as a kid. It terrified me, haunted my dreams, and it was just off-putting. And that was before just the critical acclaim of it. It was just as a little kid, I do not
fucking.
No, there's a bathtub scene with a duck with her tits out.
Yeah, unbelievable. We'll get to it. That's what you have to look forward to on this show.
That's right. This is the kind of great quality we're bringing to My Mom's Basement channel.
And if you want to get really off the rails here, ducks have a corkscrew penis. And I believe it's is it Leah Thompson who's the girl? And it's kind of if she looking to fuck Howard the Duck, and that's bestiality or cross species shit. So a lot of questions.
Again, I feel like it's the Dennis Rodman. I went up here and then I went over there and then over there. And I don't know which way I'm looking right now. I'm a bit of a Mr. Krabs meme. But Klemmer did mention it'll be fun to argue about, he said. I think you will see some arguments because there are some things where I feel like our taste is so aligned. We could have the exact same, you could put us in 2 different rooms and say, what do you think about this movie? And we'd hit all the same buzzwords and be right on pace. And then there's some things we disagree on completely. And I'm excited to see where we lie along the way. One thing we brought up on this show, not superhero movie related, but movie related. This guy's got Signs ranked above A New Hope on his all-time film rankings. Signs, 5-star classic, which I thought it was a good movie. Again, I don't want to put down this movie. I thought it was really good. But above A New Hope, Klemmer.
All right, so let's dial this back a bit. I've seen your video, your clips, you and Clem laughing, having a good time at my expense.
We were pointing at you, pointing and laughing at you,
which is fine. Laugh away. So I think I have 36 movies I've given 5 stars to on Letterboxd. I don't give a lot of 5 stars or 4.5 stars. 4 is usually my max, and then if it's something's really great, 4.5, 5. I love Signs. I think it's a great movie. I will say this though, Robbie Fox, how many Marvel movies have you given 5 stars to?
I said there's probably 3 or 4.
So I'm guessing you have those above some movies that people would consider to be all-time classics.
Yeah, like The Godfather, which insists upon itself.
Yes. Yeah, where do you have that?
See, I've never finished it. That's a DNF for me. I've tried to finish it a couple times. You've never finished
The Godfather. So
no,
that's insane.
But I'll tell you what, Infinity War, I've seen
never
1,000
finished The Godfather.
Yeah.
What's that?
Eternal's not so bad.
Oh. I mean, I like the Eternals here, but now the guy who can't finish The Godfather is now singing the praises of the Eternals.
Yes,
and Godfather's like my number 2, maybe 1 movie behind maybe Die Hard, but it's 2 very different films. Yeah, this is going to be fun because Klemmer, he's a narrow man. The Clem is big, the Klemmer's thin, but like trying to push Klemmer off his take is like trying to push me off of like my spot. You're not moving him. He is stuck on his hill. He will die on that hill a million times over. But Robbie is also like the guy who loves everything. So this is a very interesting dynamic, you two. But there's also when you guys are like vibing and both love something, that could be fun in its own right. So I'm kind of interested to see that.
Oh yeah.
And
most
someone
Batman things I would say we're pretty aligned on.
I
the
think
Batman
like,
stuff.
Superman
I think
too.
we're pretty.
I feel like Superman we're pretty locked in too.
Superman pretty locked in as well. Yeah, I
And
feel like
there are
big
some very
stuff
good
we're
Marvel
locked in.
movies.
Yeah. Oh, there's some 5-star classics.
There really are.
Oh,
I would
Clever, you're gonna have to get those where you're like biting your lip and be like, let him have his moment. Like the listeners know, Robbie.
When I'm crying talking about a Robert Downey Jr. performance, you're just gonna have to sit there and take it.
I might be crying talking about Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton for different reasons.
Volume 2 of Stranger Things, people were like, if Robbie likes this, like if Robbie doesn't love this, we're really in trouble right now because everyone's panning it, and he didn't love it. And also, I do love, like, I obviously follow your reviews and how the current movie you're reviewing where it fits in your list and then seeing the ones above and below. And this is, obviously a different version of that, but it's the same kind of thing. So you guys have the list going the entire time. So
yes.
What's the first one? Superman's the first one?
No,
Batman 66.
Batman 66. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that'll be the first one. And then whatever second, it'll be 1
Superman
or 2. And then you're
next.
growing from there.
Yeah.
The
cool.
first
I'm
stretch
excited.
is really good because it's a lot of Batman and Superman, and then you've got Flash Gordon in there as well. We'll have the lists like actively going. I'll have it on screen for, we'll show it at the end of every episode. We'll show the updated lists. We'll also have them on Letterboxd. So we were also talking about, what scoring system do we want to go with? I wanted to leave the 1 through 100 to Project Big Screen. That feels like their branded thing. But I said we own the IP for the ball scale, so we can go through 5. So on Letterboxd, we'll basically just go by the Letterboxd scale.
No, it's the ball. Don't you give Letterboxd there, fucking. Because they don't have an E.
Letterboxd, yeah.
They don't have an E between X and D. They're edgy like that. Fuck that. Glenny Balls has no time for that bullshit.
They should pay Glenny Balls royalties.
Yes, exactly.
Listen, we stole your grading system, buddy.
You've actually
Klemmer.
missed out, Clem, by the way, on a big argument this week between me and Klemmer. Basement related. Out of nowhere, pretty much. He's like, Daisy Ridley stinks as an actress. She's horrible. And I said, she's got a bad agent, clearly. She's been in nothing since Star Wars. Murder on the Orient Express. I think a random Tom Holland movie. A bunch of movies that go like straight to streaming. Horrible movies, no doubt. But I said, she's not a bad actress. I said, she and Adam Driver were what like brought up even the bad parts of the sequel movies. He hates this girl. He's on a vendetta to ruin her life.
So she's in a new movie right now called We Bury the Dead, which is a zombie movie. Not particularly great. Takes itself way too seriously. She's horrible. And she has to carry the whole movie. And she just can't. She has no charisma, no personality.
Listen to the way he talks about her. Do you hear this?
It's like, she's almost like no dynamics. She's like a flat person. Like, just like, there's just like nothing to her. And she's
royalty
so
you're talking about.
What's
she's
that?
Royalty you're talking about.
In these shitty Star Wars movies that The Force Awakens I enjoyed. The last 2 are trash. And I'm sure some people watching this, I love those movies.
Yes, Clemmer, I'm with you on that one, but that's a whole other conversation.
She stinks. She's a big reason why they stink. She's a big reason why the zombie movies. Murder on the Orient Express. That movie stinks anyway, for sure.
I'm with you. Boring movie.
But she doesn't help.
She's in like a minute of it.
She's no personality. She's like if water came to life. It's like, oh, that's a person. Yep.
She's a human saltine, essentially.
Water came to life.
Nothing. There's nothing to her. She's so bland. She stinks. There's a reason she doesn't get work, Rob, because she stinks.
That's not why she doesn't get work. She just had a bad agent.
I think
some people have bad agents.
I'm surprised.
Ana de Armas has a bad agent. She's not a bad actress.
No. The fact that Daisy Ridley gets any work proves she has a great agent. This guy. Be like maybe go into a different field, architecture or something. I'm sure she's a lovely girl who can do other things.
The best part is
auto mechanics.
The reason Portnoy is into Star Wars is because of how much he loved Daisy Ridley, and Klemmer hates her guts, which the Klemmer Portnoy rivalry dynamic, whatever you call it, is one of my favorite things.
Oh, I'll send this clip to him.
Go for it. Go for it.
He'll be here.
I'm the one guy in this office that isn't afraid. Send away, send away.
That is, Klemmer's like the one guy who really does, again, stand his ground no matter
Deputy.
what.
Yeah,
the deputy.
All right, Klemmer.
Whoever
Well,
did
I'm
that
excited
Woody
for our
thing,
show. So
Klemmer.
what do we decide? It's going to come out Thursdays. So
Thursday. Yep.
Next Thursday, and then we'll
on this
and
channel.
then we'll put a list out of all of our movies. So in case someone like the next 10 movies, say, because we know them.
Yeah.
And we can put out, so if there's one you haven't seen, you want to catch, check it out. And that way you can always kind of watch the movies along with us, which could be fun.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. Absolutely. Klemmer, thanks for joining.
Awesome. Thanks, boys. Later.
That guy knows nothing about Daisy Ridley. Absolutely nothing about Daisy Ridley. What's he talking about?
Wait till he just the little beats and the Robbie Fox things you have to like just massage or make into a bit so you can get your jabs in without him noticing. It'll take him time, but Klemmer, you're gonna have a much different experience with that one than me. I'll tell you that much.
Before we get to our second guest of the episode, Dana Beers, to talk a little Return of the Jedi, you want to talk a little bit of nerd news, a little bit of Conformity Gate, Clem?
Oh, baby. By the time this airs, the Kool-Aid drinkers will all be dead in a circle, right?
Yeah.
Their black Nikes on.
I mean, yeah, at this point, I guess at the point of recording, we're in Schrodinger's secret episode territory.
Yes.
It both exists and doesn't exist, but come on. We were just saying before we started recording with Klemmer, we've always been the secret episode guys. I would even say we've been the secret episode podcast pretty much since WandaVision. I think that was the first one where we said, okay, they're doing a secret episode, Doctor Strange and this and that.
The calendar and the heart on it.
This, yes, Mephisto, all of that. Honestly, a lot of very similar things to what is going on with Conformity Gate right now. Little production mistakes that we took as there's no way they made a mistake, right? That has to mean something. We've done it with countless shows. I think we did it with the show that will not be named because we were so dissatisfied with how they ended with that. Stranger Things ends, and we do a great episode about it last week. Thank you to everyone for listening to that. I loved talking through the entire finale for 2 hours, and we probably could have talked for another hour. It was just very fun to talk about. You put out the poll, good, great, meh, bad. I think, what was it, 12% was voting bad, or it was a very low percentage voted bad. Everyone else was pretty happy, it seemed. And then you go on Twitter in the days after our episode came out, and Conformity Gate felt like it was trending worldwide 24/7, with everyone picking apart every little detail, what it could mean, secret episode, different languages, Morse code, advertising material from season 4. Netflix, to their credit, I think leaned into it when it's like you look up Conformity Gate on Netflix and Stranger Things shows up and little things like that. But it's been crazy on those Twitter streets, Clem. We said it last week, but it's gotten way crazier.
So first of all, Bob, obviously, because I was saying, if Conformity Gate turns out to be true, edit this all out of the podcast, delete it forever, and do not let anyone know that we were just making fun of these morons who turn out we're not morons, are actually prophets. I hate to say this, and listen, I know we have listeners who are big Conformity Gate people. I don't want to offend you guys. The shit we were talking about, the WandaVision, felt a lot more concrete than this. And
it felt that way. I'm sure we were to a certain portion of the population. I'm sure we looked this crazy.
We looked just as crazy, 100%. To our credit, though, this was also a lot weirder, back and forth, trippy stuff. You never knew what was real.
Yeah,
and we were also in COVID. So our brains were destroyed by a world around us going upside down in its
one-season show, the first Marvel show, the first like streaming show like that. We were like, maybe they'll try something crazy. A series finale.
And honestly, Bob, I saw the video. There might be more videos, but I've seen a couple of them. I don't really think there was anything really there. And my 11-year-old daughter, who I love, and for the people that heard the Volume 2 recap can tell, she loves the show more than life itself. She was crying when it was over. She's still convinced. Poor girl doesn't even know upstairs. She's probably going to be going on Netflix at 8 p.m. or whatever, expecting it to come up. And it's like, I'm going to just have to be the crying shoulder as the dad to tell her, Santa's fake.
You give her that speech about acceptance.
Yes, exactly.
You got to hit one of them.
And I do think it is an age thing. So listen, I wanted to bring this up on the show. I know someone who works at a school, and they said, what did everyone think of the Stranger Things finale? So there were some teachers who were in their, say, 50s and 40s. There were a couple teacher assistants in their 20s, and there were kids who were middle schoolers. So around Sienna's age, 11, 12 years old. Thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down. So kind of good, meh, bad. Every single kid, thumbs down.
What?
Both the TAs in their 20s, middle. All the older people, thumbs up.
Thumbs
and
up.
I've said,
Weird.
this feels like a generational divide. We're happy with the happier ending. Now, granted, you're a little younger. You're in the 20s, but you're also an old soul. And we were very happy the way they wrapped everything up, and we liked the epilogue. A lot of the kids didn't like the epilogue and the ending, and those kids are the ones who believe and kind of just want to believe Conformity Gate. And then the ones in the middle probably don't care either way. And I just thought that was fascinating. And without any, coaching or anything, it was literally the olds thumbs up, the middles middle, and the youngs thumbs down. I don't know what it means, Bob, but it tells us something about this world we're living in.
Does it mean the kids are under Vecta's mind spell?
This is exactly what Conformity Gate would say. And I just saw Variety says it's out. I'm like, well, that's the leak that they have to throw you off this, because we'd be saying that if it was.
Oh,
on
yeah.
right?
And some of the little things that people are like, well, we didn't see that. Well, we didn't see this, and the Morse code in this. It really did feel like maybe Stranger Things was what pushed me over the edge to growing up, because I was just shaking my head at all of it going, I can't believe people are buying into this when, like we said, we were literally the same people for multiple shows in a row. And I'm not ruling out that I'll ever do that again. Like, I think there will be another scenario for me where I'll be like, secret episodes coming for sure. But again, maybe it was because we were so happy with the finale, at least like as happy as we were with it, where we were like, what would a 9th episode do as well? Like, they get pretty happy ending for the most part. So either you wanted more of the main cast to die, which would be a crazy thing to come back for after giving them a happy ending, or you wanted it to be even happier. You wanted them to double down. Elle survived, and you go into her and Mike and you do a 50-minute epilogue about them 30 years from now. You do like digital aging, not even de-aging. You do the Chris Evans endgame shit. I don't know what people want. I agree with you too, where I saw a lot of the videos. I didn't see what people were saying. Everyone at the graduation is staring exactly at the camera. I didn't think they were. I thought they were also, the camera was like on the stage where they would be staring. Like, there was little things like that. Someone was wearing a Duffer Brothers shirt in the background. Yeah, it's an Easter egg. Like, they've been doing those since season 1. Every show has little Easter eggs like that. There's, in the background of Deadpool and Wolverine, you've got Liefeld's foot parlor or whatever. Like, these are Easter eggs, not little things that the door has changed 10 years ago. The door handle is on the left. Now it's on the right. That's like, what are we talking about? Yeah, of course. There's little production mistakes over 10 years, or they got a new door.
I've lived in my house now since 2012, so 13 years. It'll be 14. I'm getting new doors in a month. Shout out New Beginnings. They're coming down. We're going to have new doors installed. That's not an Easter egg. That's Conformity just life. Gate. That's Conformity Gate. Oh, hashtag Conformity Gate. Conformity Gate. There it is. Conformity Gate confirmed. Confirmed. Honestly, this is what I want for Conformity Gate. If I could so I wouldn't be able to do this all because I'm not talented or have the actors to do it. I wish I could just make an AI video and be like, here's Conformity Gate, and it's 8 hours long, and it's all the stupid ass shit that people wanted off screen. And first of all, it's 2 hours, and it's just Max and her going to summer school and working hard to get the credits. Yeah. That was a plot hole. How did she graduate? She was in a coma. I don't fucking know. They were like, oh, listen, you don't do a couple electives because a demon put you in a coma, and we do a couple summer schools and a couple night classes. Boom, there you go. Where was her mom? And we just see Max's mom waking up in the morning, going to work, doesn't realize. Show the 80s, but they're like, yep. What were the other plot holes? See what Susie's up to. She's in a Mormon family in the Midwest and probably already has 7 kids and 3 husbands. Who gives a shit? So
the Max thing was crazy. How did she graduate? It's like, is that really what we're picking apart here? here. I shouldn't have graduated. The teachers would be like, he's failing, but he's a good kid. He's trying real hard. I'm going to give him a D+ in fucking physics or chemistry. And I had good teachers and I appreciated them for doing that. They would do the same for the girl that was in a fucking coma because of a demon. Okay. If they had someone go to the school and say she's been through a lot, they would have risen those grades so she could fucking walk, especially in the 80s.
And that's the other thing too. Like, even if she doesn't graduate, she walks. And then they're like, you're going to just finish the shit over the summer and whatever. Like, every grade, or almost every grade, unfortunately, has a kid that gets hit by the car, has a serious injury or something, and they miss a lot of school. Those kids somehow walk, and it's all said and done. So again, just that would be my conformity gate, would be the most boring shit. Or the Byler stuff. If we're gonna have Byler happen,
I guess that, yeah, true. That's what people are. I'm saying, what are people wanting? Duh, it's right in front of my face.
That's what
the Byler stuff.
Well, then it's like, oh, well, I'm so sad because Michael and Elle, Michael lost Elle. So wait, Michael, if Elle's alive, then he's gonna break up with his girlfriend to then be gay lovers with his friend. So then Elle just lost her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So what are we rooting for?
Just
here?
You're taking a plug out of one thing and plugging it into another, and it's like we don't have power over here now, though. Yeah. And listen, we're not the guys for it. I'm sure there's conformity gate people out there that are cursing their screen right now. You guys were supposed to be the chosen ones, the secret episode podcast. You're anti it. I'm very happy with the fact that we're getting a documentary. I think on the 12th it's dropping. I love that behind the scenes shit, and it looks great.
I really wish they dropped that tonight. And I know that's a troll move by Netflix.
That'd be good.
And it would get a lot of heat from the people online. They tricked us. They made us think. It's like, I'll be honest. I was going to do the old YouTube clickburger the Clem. Oh my God, this is how you get to clickbait. Put the YouTube link and a little screen grab of someone that looked like it. But I was like, I don't want to get the conformity gate people. I think they might have They have a Venn diagram with the the SV crew.
The Swifties? Oh, no.
I do think there is some overlap
in the comic book realm. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, you bleeped me out last episode, and
bleeped you. Yeah,
they found it on Twitter, and the guy says, "You guys taped this in your mom's basement." So
they're like the season 1 Demogorgons. Like, you got to turn every corner looking for them at every moment. They could smell the blood. They smell it on you. I think the documentary is going to have me weeping like a baby, by the way, from the trailer. Like, oh, that'll have me cry.
Yeah, that'll have people.
I think more than the show. I think it's more like the real life actors saying goodbye is really sad when they're like reading that and weeping in the, little clips in the trailer.
Oh, 1,000%. And listen, I'm actually kind of happy conformity it happened, because I know what it's like to get into those kind of things and get fired up. And I'm happy like this next generation is fired up, and it's going to lead to another show. I mean, Sandman did it a couple years ago, which unfortunately was one of the shows we were not watching, but yeah. I would have loved, I want that to happen. I want a secret episode to come for the shows. Maybe Mr. Wonderful, never know, right? We'll probably be all in on that.
You're right. There's someone out there right now that wanted this to happen. That said, one day I'll write a show with a secret episode. Yes, exactly. I'll figure it out. Yes.
So
and that'll be great.
I like that it's now in the universe, even bigger than when we did it with WandaVision, and it will happen to another fan base. And hopefully it's a show we watch whenever it does happen. So good for them. Again, you're going to have to come with... Again, I was in, 1996. I was 14 years old. Tupac Shakur was taken from my life, and I believed every single thing about Machiavelli and 13 and 11 and all the different numbers that added up, and he had faked his death. And if you listen to the album and this and that and all the hints were there, it was a GeoCities page, which for the olds, they know what I'm talking about. It was like basically a WordPress page where you could get your own free site, and it had like 150 things of how Tupac is alive. And I was like, oh, Tupac's alive. It's just a matter of when he comes back. Well, 2025, either he's still hiding or he died at some point during his hiding. He's just not here, guys. And I think so.
You're saying you believe with Elle, but not Tupac?
Yes, exactly. I do believe with Elle. I just thought that was such a nice way to wrap it up.
Me too.
To like have it where you can believe whatever you want.
Controversial. Yeah, I know. But I guess Sopranos, like, we're still talking about that to this day. People are still going to be talking about Stranger Things years from now. Maybe that's the sign of a great ending, being controversial.
or the
And
worst
having,
ending ever, Bob.
yeah, I was gonna say not the Game of Thrones level of controversial, but just you want to hit that 50-50 polarizing John Cena split. You want to hear that? Let's go, LL sucks, chant.
Yes, yes.
The only other really big news topic I wanted to discuss today before we bring Dana on is it looks like we might have our Harvey Dent Two-Face in the Pattinson Matt Reeves epic crime saga. It could be the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, which would be very interesting considering we just speculated on Scarlett Johansson playing his wife. That would be a Winter Soldier reunion. Two Marvel A-listers joining. It's already been brought up that the Batman Part 2 and Secret Wars will shoot on different continents at the same time.
Oh.
So we got to be a little bit worried about Bucky going into Doomsday, maybe, if this is true.
That's a fair point. I mean, we all thought the same thing, right? Like, hey, good for Sebastian Stan, but and listen, same ScarJo. Like, we don't need to just pick from the same pool of actors.
We've got a bin of action figures right now, for sure.
And you don't have to bring, Wolverine in, or Hugh Jackson's going to then be the next one cast in the Batman and whatever.
Hugh Jackson. I'm picturing Wolverine, Michael Jackson.
I said Jackman. Now. I said Jackson. I think I said
you said Jackson.
Well, I was thinking
Wolverine with the hee claws come up.
I don't know, man. Like, again, Pedro Pascal was taken. Like, we have to just try.
So I agree with that. Where do you feel he falls on our discussion of, like, is he too famous to transition? I almost feel like he isn't still, even though he is, like, he's pretty A-list in terms of the MCU.
I would say 1 to 5 or A to F, I guess we'll go.
Okay, A to F.
I think he's like a C plus B minus. So you can get, like, you can't do
Middle range.
Robert Downey
right
Jr.
on the line.
Cannot go there. Chris Evans cannot, like, the original Avengers cannot go there.
Yes.
And if you're gonna do the original, I guess ScarJo and Renner are the two who are kind of like, oh yeah, they're in there too. They, like, she dabbles in that. She's very close. But
now it seems like she's gone. I mean, she could show up in Secret Wars too, and I wouldn't be shocked. But, like, it seems like at least it's like she closed that book and opened another, and she's not hopping back and forth.
Now, what would you do this? All right, who would be a bigger, like, out of place for you? If Hemsworth or Evans in DC, or Mark Hamill? Because then you're dealing Skywalker. You're dealing with Luke Skywalker, which isn't even a
Hamill in DC.
Yes,
I think that would work weirdly. Like I've said on the podcast before, I think Mark Hamill is like an MCU Doc Ock would work. Like, I weirdly view him and with that bowl cut, with those goggles. Like, I feel like I could see that he has that over the top exaggerated voice.
He's the Joker,
Hemsworth
right?
would be weird. Yeah.
He's the Joker.
Most iconic Joker voice of all time. Hemsworth would be too weird. I think he is, like, probably the big three in terms of the MCU. I can't see crossing over. Even Pattinson, we were saying when he was having discussions with Marvel, allegedly, he would be too weird because he's Batman. I am excited about the, like, potential of him and Pattinson on screen together, Sebastian Stan and Robert Pattinson. I don't think they've ever been in a movie together. I feel like they're two of the top, like, actors of their generation, their age range. I think that could be really fucking cool. Also, depending on when you do the Two-Face thing, half of Sebastian Stan's face will be covered. So,
and you know what? He's not going to have the long hair. He's not going to have the
you know that. Yeah,
that helps a lot. That does help. And, like, I saw him in the Trump movie, and I forgot it was Bucky the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? So he's
really good. I mean, he played Tommy Lee, and I was able to buy that as, like, a massive Tommy Lee fan, which I also felt like was impressive.
Like, Chadwick Boseman would have been impossible to see as anyone but
impossible,
Black, right?
Yeah.
So there are some people, and then, like you said, Corn Sweat. Sorry, bud, you can't do the MCU if you're Superman. There are no. Roles.
That's, you stamp yourself. Yeah.
The Lex Luthor guy. What's his name again?
Nicholas Hoult.
See, he'd have to have hair.
He was Beast.
Yeah, that's true. He was Beast, and he pulled off Lex Luthor. Like, I wasn't like, oh, that's Beast the whole time. So yeah, it can work, but I do think there's levels to it, and also, like, again, Hamill is different because he's not your Robert Downey Jr., but he is so Luke Skywalker, but he's also been off the screen forever, except for those terrible movies Klemmer brought up earlier. I hope that Last Jedi gets brought up every fucking time. Because like there were times where like I brought up Last Jedi like 10 podcasts in a row with you because it was burning in my soul.
Yeah, listen, it's one of those things, Star Wars fans get it. It's one of those things that it's like politics at Thanksgiving. Sometimes you treat it like we're friends. We could just not talk about that. We can move on. Before we get into this segment with Dana Beers, let's remind everyone about one of our absolute favorite sponsors here in the basement, and that is DraftKings. NFL playoffs, let's go. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, makes every moment feel bigger. A running back cuts through the line. A strip sack flips the field. A tight end hauls in the kind of touchdown grab you'll talk about for years. How about Dark Knight Rises? Hines Ward fucking runs up the field as the field's exploding. Awesome stuff happens in the playoffs. Postseason games shift fast. And with DraftKings live betting options, you can stay right in the moment. Plus, DraftKings has your early exit protection. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. New customers bet just $5, and if that bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. It's been $200, it's been $150 before, it's $300 now. DraftKings Sportsbook, every drive, every play, every moment. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BASEMENT. That's code BASEMENT to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Got to drink those last few drops of the NFL before it's gone forever. And I have something. It won't help me out, but I did pick up something today. That would help me on DraftKings.
Oh, the Sports Almanac. Wow, that's awesome.
I've been on a real big Back to the Future kick at the house. Rewatch 1 and 2, and then I bought the Sports Almanac on Amazon and the DeLorean for the basement here. The man cave's got a little bit of a refresher here.
Nice.
So AJ's
have you seen the new book? Michael J. Fox wrote a book about his time on Back to the Future called Future Boy. Just came out.
Did not. Well, I guess I'm going to add that to some sort of a reading list because I'm looking
very short.
It's very Bob, you're speaking my language right now. So
the audiobook's on Spotify.
Form?
Yes.
Boom.
And it's a 3-hour audiobook. How about that? Klemmer just lent me the book. Actually, I have it now. Yeah, Klemmer loved it.
I am going to listen to the hell out of that book because I think the movies that made us, they did a Back to the Future, correct? And I think I might have watched a documentary that I believe is on even YouTube or Netflix about it. And I'm still feeding it. So I was going to rewatch the movies that made us for it. And I'm like, come on, bro, you don't need to keep rewatching that. We need something fresh. I got something fresh.
You got it. All right, let's bring on Dana Beers to talk about his first time watching Return of the Jedi. All right, we're back with Dana Beers. What did we call you last time? Dana Lightsabers? Dana Cantina? I forget what we called it. I did re-listen to the last segment we did, though, at least the end of it, your predictions for Return of the Jedi, because I wanted to, recap them. Finally, I begged you for months. Every time I saw you in the office, I'd say, Dana, when you watching Return of the Jedi, we need to get you back in the basement. And you finally did it.
I did it. I mean, I've been putting it off for a while. And now I have many more, not even just Star Wars, many more movie what's not series like franchises,
saga, trilogy, Lord of the Rings. You could skip. Yeah. You can skip that one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. No, people in the office won't like that. T-Bob would kill me for that, but
that's a Star Wars fan. There's a trilogy rivalry been going back years now. Star Wars versus Lord of the Rings. You got to get that Raging Cajun with you though. T-Bob is gonna fucking just love you for that, dude. He's gonna have so much.
Even Harry Potter. I gotta get on my Harry Potter game.
Yeah. Harry Potter, I think, is way more like accessible than Lord of the Rings. I like Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings is boring.
They just walk. It's just a lot of walking, Dana. We don't like walking as bigger guys,
Just a long journey. Is that what it is?
It literally 3 movies of that. Yeah,
of just journeying.
Not fun journey. We won't get into that. Listen, there's only one return, and it's not of the King. It's of the Jedi. What were the initial thoughts, just broad strokes wise, on Return of the Jedi? Were you happy with the movie? Did you like it? Did you feel like they summarized the entire trilogy and wrapped it up well?
Yeah, I think the end of the movie was probably my favorite ending so far. a lot of the lead up stuff I still have a lot of questions about.
Okay.
Not nearly enough Chewbacca. What was going on? We didn't get nearly enough Chewie.
He was number one on your power rankings last time.
He's my number one guy, and we barely got like that much Chewie sound bites in this one. But I mean, you want to talk about the number one thing I got away from this? It's Princess Leia, man.
That's it.
Yep.
He doesn't.
Welcome to 1983. Every single nerd since 83, at least as far as I understand, I was born 15 years later, has had a crush on Princess Leia from Return of the Jedi. She's, in the Big Bang Theory and Fanboys and all these movies that depict like a group of nerds. There's always a moment where the hot girl comes out in a Princess Leia slave Leia costume, and all the nerds, they go full Dave gift falling out of his chair back in the day.
Where did that come from? Like, that outfit, is that even allowed for a PG movie?
Yeah, I think it was, because this is pre-PG-13 existing, right? I think it was PG.
And Jabba just had that thing ready to rock.
No underwear. Yeah, in her size, yeah.
In her size and everything. And that thing didn't look comfortable, It's not it's not cloth, it's metal and lunky.
Yeah.
Jabba was just kind of, he was grossing me out by the end. Like, by the time he was killed, I assume he's dead. He was just like stuffing stuff in his mouth, and he's got like green stuff coming out. It's just, I was kind of all set. I was done with the Jabba the Hutt storyline. Get him out of my screen. And then there's two major things that stuck out to me. One was the love triangle kind of came to a conclusion, and I still don't really know if does Luke still have feelings for his sister?
No, it's his sister.
Yeah, but I think he was still holding her hand and like giving her kisses on the cheek.
Because it's his sister.
Well, I don't give my sister kisses on the cheek.
Not on the cheek.
You don't give What do you guys do? Like just a little
like a hug and a kiss on the cheek?
No embrace at all? Hug? Okay.
Hug. Well, yeah.
Fair enough.
I think that's more of a New York, New Jersey thing. But
True.
Okay. Then the other thing, my MVPs were the Ewoks. Oh my God.
You're a big Ewok guy.
The Furbies, as he calls them.
Furby. The Furbies, I love them, dude. They're so fun.
I had a feeling you would. They're so controversial. They literally, in 1983, there were people that went to see that movie and left going, the Ewoks have ruined Star Wars. Everything about Star Wars is ruined. And then there are people that left it and went, I need an Ewok. I want to dress up like an Ewok. I want Ewok toys. I want Ewok stuffed animals. I am much more the latter. I grew up, you see this as a child. Ewoks are the greatest thing of all time.
What is the case for them being negative?
The case is that the big bad empire who took over all of space in the end got defeated by like teddy bears throwing sticks and stones at them.
Well, you got to be ready for anything in space. Also,
fair point. Fair rebuttal.
Also, where was the land of the Ewoks? That's what I was kind of confused with that, because they had the trees and the shit. Like, where is that?
It's called the forest moon of Endor. So it's like a moon planet.
Okay, is it the same planet as where everyone else is from, or is it they just land there?
No, they just landed there because that's where the second Death Star was closest to. So they had to get there to shut off the shield generator. It was just convenience for them.
I was a big fan of the Ewoks. I thought the second that the Ewok was chilling with Leia, like on that stump, and they were both like a little, or she was super nice to the Ewok, and the Ewok was a little scared. I was like, that's my guy right there. That's my guy. And I thought it was just one. And then all of a sudden there's fucking millions.
I know.
Yeah. Wicket? Is that the main dude?
Wicket's the main Ewok. Yeah.
So
Wicket.
Is that your dude? Number one in the power rankings is the orange guy?
That's my guy. Yeah. I mean, Chewie's still there. He's still number one, but he gets
a good moment when he pops out of their ATST, the big like walker ship, when he pops out of the top of that. That's a cool Chewie moment.
I would say the Ewoks as a whole are my number two in the power rankings.
Wow, whole series.
Wow. Unfortunately, you don't see any more of them. That's the only movie where the Ewoks appear.
Dana's
What?
a dog. I mean, he's a dog guy, right? He has to be a dog guy. You're a dog
Yeah.
guy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's your fur. Your top two guys are both furry guys.
Furry. Yeah, you like furry guys. Yeah.
You like you're a furry.
Maybe I'm a
So how
furry.
about
I don't
this?
know.
Jabba the Hutt, dead, for sure dead in this movie. But a little fun fact for you, we have a Star Wars movie coming out in May, The Mandalorian and Grogu. That will feature Jabba the Hutt's son, who is a jacked, buff gladiator.
How is that guy
Played,
fucking?
he's also played by Jeremy Allen White, which is ridiculous. Like the guy from The
Bear.
Bear is going to be calling orders as a big slug. I don't know.
How did that guy produce a son?
I think Hutts are like, I think Jabba the Hutt himself can just like get pregnant and have a baby if he wanted to. I think the
Yeah.
men Hutts can have babies, like immaculate
That's-
conception.
That's obscene.
I
So
think.
Dana, going into this one, I know your favorite guy, other than Chewie, was Gold Guy, aka 3PO. You rode hard for that. What was the line that you had?
No, didn't
for-
like
Didn't
Gold
like
Guy.
him. Didn't like him. Excuse me.
I liked Gold Guy. Second one, I said Gold Guy complains way too much. I'm out on Gold Guy, and now Gold Guy is continuing to piss me off.
Now
He
he had his
does get
moment.
treated like a hero, though. Yeah, he gets everyone out of their sticky situation by acting like a fucking god.
That was sick when they all were like,
What were your thoughts on Boba Fett after seeing how he met his demise?
Oh, yeah.
Now you've seen that's all of Boba's appearance. He comes in, freezes on,
Look, I see what's happening. He doesn't even remember.
doesn't
it.
even remember Boba.
Yeah.
Boba
See, Boba
Fett.
Fett's
Let
hyped
me
up
look
to
up a
this
picture.
amazing level. He's so badass. He's so cool. He's the one that takes
Oh,
Han and the
is
carbonite.
that? No, I don't even know who that is. I'm just thinking of the horny guy that dressed up as him.
Yeah.
Lando.
See,
You talking
Lando.
about Lando?
Yeah.
Yep.
See, Boba in that scene just meets his demise. He falls into the little like pussy in the desert. By the way, what'd you think of the pussy in the desert?
Yeah. Desert pussy. We're doing a desert pussy.
Oh, I remember him falling in the pussy. I didn't know that was Boba Fett.
Yeah. That was
That was
Boba
just
Fett.
like a-
see,
that
quick
was
demise.
some
They,
guy.
it's like not a big death scene at all. It's weird.
Han
So
says
they
his name
wound up
twice.
bringing him
That's
back.
the only
too.
reason
He's
you're
not
supposed to
actually
know.
dead. He comes
Yeah, the
back.
pussy,
He crawls
the
out of
pussy in
that.
the desert was sick. I think that whole scene was awesome when she chokes him out.
R2 from downtown.
Oh,
fucking
bang!
with the lightsaber.
Bang! Hit him with the green.
Yeah, that was an awesome scene. I like that fight scene.
Oh,
And then
did you like the
obviously-
final fight scene between like Luke and Vader as well, where he
And the
brings up
Emperor?
he's like your fucking sister, and Luke
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
nuts at him.
Emperor is a huge pervert. He freaks me out.
Yeah,
He's his voice freaks me out. The way he's a
were you
creep.
gonna do an impression? Give me a little Emperor. Come on, give me.
I don't even. I was like, hey, Luke, you should be the bad guy, or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
That's good. That's good. Pretty much, yeah.
I was shocked that Luke's father, Darth Vader, I was shocked when he turned into a good guy. I was.
I know it's
I didn't
nice
see it
redemption. There's light in
Yeah.
all of us.
And,
Now, what do you
and
think about-
he was so close to sticking with the Emperor, and then he just boom, I'm a good guy.
Yeah,
What
Pretty
did you think
sick
about
moment.
the mask? The mask came off and everything. He got
It looks like
the real
Humpty
look at
Dumpty
Vader.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little
Yeah.
Humpty
Yeah,
Dumpty.
I would preferred he kept it on. I didn't like that. Never meet your
Are you
heroes.
interested now? Like, do the prequels seem more like a daunting task of people probably expect me to do this now that they like the first three, or is it something that you're genuinely like kind of interested in?
I would say I'm definitely interested in seeing them. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, these are like the three that are like the most popular. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that. I would say the original trilogy that you just watched are the most popular. But among
That's
like
what I meant.
people
That's what
our
I meant,
age,
yeah.
oh yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the prequels. I was gonna say
No,
people
the
our age
trilogy, I
love
would-
the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
one you just
the
finished is the
trilogy-
OG.
Yeah, that I feel like if I were to start live watching or whatever, the newer ones, people wouldn't care as much. I think the nostalgia
Yeah.
effect is real.
Well, I will say that there's crazy nostalgia for the prequels because of people our age. Because these are the movies that like people our age grew up with. They came out in 99, 2002, 2005. So it was like we were kids during this. People go crazy over them now. Like I feel like the majority of Star Wars memes on the internet are from the prequel trilogy. So
Which one
there
is-
is an
which one is
audience
that?
there. Just meme
Which
wise?
movies are they?
Oh, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. They're the one with Jar Jar Binks, who you thought you saw in the cantina last time.
Binks.
You'll finally get to see him. And you'll be a big Binks guy, especially if you like the Ewoks.
Oh, he might be a huge Binks guy.
Yeah.
This is my dude right here, Jar Jar. Yeah, man. You're
Oh, I'm gonna love Binks. I
And
like Binks.
I'll tell you, if you want to talk prequels, there's a young Padawan there named Nikki Smokes, who I think might be his favorite movies in the world. I don't know if you want to not have that.
He thinks he's Anakin. It'd be fascinating to just watch the movies through the lens of Nikki Smokes thinks he's Anakin, because you'd be like, wait, what?
He's a fascinating character. I'm Anakin.
He's the best.
Speaking of memes and GIFs, there was a GIF in this one.
It's a trap, right?
It's a trap. I stopped and I
Huge one.
was like, whoa. I know that.
I love that one. Admiral Akbar, who's his species name is Mon Calamari. They're literally like, yeah, he's the fucking calamari. He's a little squid.
He's an octopus. Let me see.
You a calamari guy, Dana? You a calamari guy?
I just tried it for the first time recently. I liked it. I
I
thought it was.
love it.
I got it mixed up with caviar, where I thought calamari was the rich people food.
No, yeah.
Let me see my notes real quick. See what else I got going.
Oh yeah, you
here.
took some notes on it. Wow.
By the way, when Dana tweets these out of the blue, it's almost like when the Star Wars just goes on screen. You're just like, whoa! I got Dana live tweeting this. It just hits you
I
out of
texted
nowhere.
Clem with the siren emojis. I said, "Lock in."
Just a lot of love for Leia, a lot of love for the Ewoks. Yeah, Lando.
Kind of a
still
movie of
looking
two
old.
halves. Like the first half of the movie is about trying to rescue Han, and then the second half of the movie is like the Vader Luke stuff.
Yeah.
The Han being blind.
Who? Oh yeah.
Han's blind for a lot of the movie.
He kind of got over it pretty quickly, though, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be blind
Carbonite
forever.
poisoning or something. Nah, he's all right.
Yeah, I really liked the ending when everyone was going nuts. I would have loved to have been there for that moment. That was.
Was it a little bit jarring when Luke looks out and he sees like the ghost of Yoda, he sees the ghost of Obi-Wan, and then he sees the ghost of Hayden Christensen?
Who's that?
That's Anakin, his father, but they digitally edited like the guy from the prequels onto his face. So at the end of the movie, he looks. Yeah, he sees like a really young version of his dad, and from a shot from like 2004.
I think you could be spoiling stuff right now.
No, I'm not. He knows.
He knows everything.
Yeah. Luke, I am your father.
I don't know if he knows government names though. Like I think there's.
I mean, they reveal the government name for sure in the original trilogy.
I think
maybe
Dana might have been calling him Gold Guy or something at the time. Is what I'm saying. He may not know government. He watches those prequels. He's about to get one of the greatest prizes ever.
The concept of spoiling movies that he just watched for him.
Speaking of spoilers, and if you haven't seen these and for whatever reason, stop watching.
Okay.
I didn't know Yoda died. What the
crazy,
fuck?
right? And the way he dies is kind of just like Luke is nagging him with so many questions. He's like, I would rather die than answer these questions. He lays down and dies. He chooses.
I thought it was going to have at least like 6 more movies with Yoda.
No, well, the prequels have Yoda in all of them, so you will get at least 3 more with Yoda, and then 30 years later, they're like, everyone check out Baby Yoda, and we're all like,
Take out our wallets. There's been times where we've been in the room with Portnoy where he would just do the Yoda disappear instantly. You could tell when Dave's checked out and just shut the fuck up. Let me get out of here.
Or even Frank the Tank back in the day when he would take sleep shifts in the office. It was sometimes his mid-conversation. Now you can't get that guy to sleep. He's running down the halls.
Just talks about the Mets.
So that was a little shocking. I wasn't expecting him to just kind of like, I thought maybe he'd get a jolt of energy or something, but no, he just put his head down and he was like, yeah, I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to die.
And your one prediction going into Return of the Jedi, last time we asked you for a big, bold prediction, you said, I don't think Obi-Wan's really dead, which he did kind of wind up. He is dead, but he said from a certain point of view, he's still around. He's still talking to Luke and Yoda.
He's a hologram still, right?
Yeah, we call it a force ghost in the biz.
Okay. My bad.
All right, Dana, we appreciate you coming on. I love getting your takes on Star Wars. Listen, I don't want to put any of the pressure on for the prequels, but when you get to them, we'll be here.
Absolutely. I will
Always.
live tweet them. I'll live tweet them.
Yeah, all right, good. Yeah, you must. You absolutely must. All right, Dana, thank you very much. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, boys. See ya.
All right. That's pretty much it for us today. It was a good episode. We did some nerd news. We did a new announcement. Super Critics coming next week. And we got Dana's thoughts on Return of the Jedi. Again, I like getting people's thoughts on like something that came out in 1983 that they've never seen. I love going back and getting a first-time reaction.
Can we just agree there's a chance he doesn't know that Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader and it's not going to put it together?
There's a chance, I guess. Yeah, you're right, because it's also going to be months until he gets to Phantom Menace. But I mean, they explicitly say your father, Anakin Skywalker. Like, I was with your father, Anakin Skywalker. Even in Return of the Jedi, they say Anakin.
Oh, they do say Anakin, yeah.
But you're right in that, like, maybe he just wasn't paying close enough attention, so that might surprise him still, maybe.
I like, if you had to do a draft of people at our company who could be surprised by that after watching the original trilogy, I think Dana's in the top 5, maybe 3. I think Marty's in the top 3, who's his boy.
Marty,
Mincy
definitely.
is up there.
Definitely. Who else would be up there of watching the original trilogy, but kind of being Glenny Balls? But nah, he watched the original trilogy. He's seen it all. He used to wear this Millennium Falcon shirt all the time. I used to be like, hey, it's my favorite shirt.
We almost need to get Dana the not Tobey Maguire, the other guy who did Topher Grace. We need him to the match.
Oh yeah, the super.
Where it's just one movie in and out, get everything in, and he can make his takes from there. All
right. That was My Mom's Basement for this week. The hashtag for the week is hashtag ClemFormityGate. And who knows? Maybe by the time this comes out, you've got your secret episode. Can we just market this as the secret episode?
Yes, this is the secret episode.
All right. We'll see you next week.